everyone, what we're going to do today is show you how to file your business paperwork. That might be your piddly bits of paper, sales invoices, purchase invoices and anything that any bank might send you, and we'll go through that. So we'll start in a minute. So we'll start today with looking at the sales. So best to do is to get yourself a small folder like this if you haven't got many sales invoices and mark the side, or get yourself a lever arch file. The best thing is you can buy the dividers of Jan to December for your invoices. You put the oldest invoice at the bottom and do the numbers coming up, so you can always find them. It doesn't make any difference. Also, if somebody sends you a remittance, then you can file that as well. That's important if you've got lots of invoices that are the same amount of money and a customer sends you them and you're not quite sure exactly which invoices they've paid. So as a quick thing, then we've got a remittance here, so you can just literally just pop that in the front and file that. And I've got a sales invoice. So your sales invoice, this one is dated January, so we'll find January in here, and they go underneath the number, underneath the month, and then this will go in the next order. So this is invoice 20322, and now we're looking at 2033. So they're in numerical order in the month, so they're nice and easy for you to find. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to file your purchase invoices. Now this of the filing is not really helpful when you're trying to find something. We've got a BT bill here, and you bought some electrical stuff, and there's another BT bill here, and a Severn Trent bill, and another BT bill. So if you're suddenly looking for BT bills, how far have you got to go down these to actually file them? So we'll do a little bit. I'll only do a couple of these, and then you can do the rest. But the main thing is that at some point this box will be empty. It'll only be there for things that arrive on the day. So get yourself a small file again, or get yourself a bigger. You might need a bigger lever arch one for purchases, because normally you get more purchases than you do sales. So on this time we actually can get dividers that are A to Z, so that makes life so much easier. Then what you do is that you put them alphabetically within your A to Zs, and you end up with the oldest invoices at the bottom, and then they just build themselves up. Also, if you've got any agreements of direct debit standing orders that might go through your financial year, so it might be your insurance that you pay for in, say, December, your financial year is April, so therefore you need to keep it for both years for your accountant. You can keep them separate in the front and take a copy, keep one in one financial year, and then move it to the new one, so you've always got that. The other thing is, if you take on car leases, van leases, anything like that that is maybe 2-3 years, always make sure you've got a copy of the agreement in the front of the folder, so your accountant can go back to it in the future. So we'll just have a pick up of this. So I've got here an Anglian water bill, so that will just go in the agreements, and we can put the holes in later, just so as this is a rough thing for you to do. And then I've got a Severn Trent. Now this one also you can either put in the front, because you pay that by direct debit on a monthly basis, but you only get a bill every 6 months, so that also can go in the front there. And S comes after A, just to check that you know your alphabet. So also in here we've got some other ones. So I've got this is an SP Services, so we basically look under S and file that. Now you put the filing under the letter, because that's easiest. So you can literally just pop that in there, and that's S. Oh, and look, here's one of those rogue BT bills has arrived, so we'll pop the BT bill under here, and we've got one here already. So this gives you an idea of how to file your purchase invoices and work your way through. So good luck with your filing. Hi everyone, what we do now is look at the actual proper Sheila's piddly bits of paper. These are piddly bits of paper. You might get them when you've gone and got supplies from the local DIY, when you've gone and got some fuel, when you've bought a coffee, maybe you've gone shopping at a supermarket and then you've picked up some stationery as you're going round. You need to make sure that all of those go through your accounts, but also mainly that you can find them. So a box like this sent to HMRC or your accountant is not what's classed as bookkeeping, and HMRC will actually potentially fine you if they feel that you are not keeping your accounts correctly, and they don't count this as a correct way of keeping your accounts. So you can just get a bag, as I've got here, and just bung them all in. And you can also put these funny things like cheque stubs in, should you have those, or any other remittances little bits that you've got in here. Now, what a lot of people do with these is that they just put them in the folder, which is a good idea. Or what they can do is actually put them in a folder per month, or stick them in. But if you stick them in with sellotape, as you can see, they just fall out everywhere. If you pop these just in the bag and pop these, as most people do, into here, this is great when this looks like this, but if you pick up the folder upside down, guess what happens? They all fall out. So that doesn't work either. So a big trick for you is to get your plastic wallet, and it doesn't matter if the receipts are a bit long, you can always fold them, but you do one of these per month. So you just get your piddly bits of paper per month. You can put them in date order first so you can find something. Pop them in your wallet. Now these holes are here for a reason, not just because you can put them in any sort of folder, it doesn't matter, but if you fold them actually in half, these two holes here are exactly the same as this folder or a lever arch folder, and you can pop them in there, and then it doesn't matter which way round you have it, they will never ever fall out again, or if you've got bigger ones you can just pop the top over. So that's how to do the filing of your piddly bits of paper. Now we've filed everything, you just need to keep those on a shelf or in a drawer somewhere, but remember to do it on a regular basis. Weekly is probably the best way. For HMRC, you have to keep these for 7 years, so don't throw them away at the end of every financial year. If you have any insurance documents, then unfortunately you've got to keep those potentially 30 years. So your loft might get a bit full.